In this episode, Lily and I are diving headfirst into a rather unique text about humanity's history and its rather bloodthirsty tendencies. It's a bit of a wild ride, so buckle up, Buttercup.
Indeed, Sophia. Our intrepid guide through this anthropological minefield is one Salix Ear, who apparently has some strong opinions about our species' trajectory. Let's just say he's not exactly singing our praises. He paints a pretty grim picture, doesn't he?
A grim is an understatement. He basically claims that our entire civilization is built on a foundation of tribal warfare and the justification of violence through religious narratives. He says, and I quote, "Whatever your best intentions, the outcome is only ever the tribe. For the tribe is the body of humanity and the only real evidence of who you truly have become." Chilling, right?
Chilling, indeed. It's a bit of a bleak take on things. I mean, we have accomplished so much: art, science, technology. You'd think there would be something more positive to build upon, wouldn't you? Instead, Salix Ear is painting us as inherently violent, always competing for resources and power. I'm not sure I entirely buy it, but it's certainly provocative.
I'm not sure I buy it either. But let's give the devil his due. There's a kernel of truth in his argument, I think. The history of humanity is undeniably filled with conflict and violence, fueled by competition for resources, territory, and power. Look at the wars, the genocides. It's a long, dark list.
Absolutely. And then Salix Ear goes on to discuss the role of storytelling in all this. He suggests that religious narratives help justify the violence of tribal conflict and established a system of control. He claims the tribe had learned how to control the individual. Now, that's a thought-provoking statement.
A control through narratives. It's a masterclass in manipulation, isn't it? Think about it. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are, where we come from, and what our purpose is can shape our actions in profound ways. Think about the rise of nationalism or the spread of religious extremism.
And how about those power structures, which Salix Ear claims are deeply rooted in these tribal hierarchies? He says civilizations arose from these hierarchies, but that even today, many of your tribes still live within these same crude and localized hierarchies. Ouch! That's a direct slap in the face of our modern civilization.
Ouch! Is right. It's a harsh assessment, but I'm starting to think Salix Ear isn't just some pessimistic prophet of doom. He might have a point. But if that is the case, maybe we're just in the very early stages of civilization. I mean, come on, just a few thousand years in the scheme of things.
A few thousand years. That's like a blink of an eye in cosmic terms, isn't it? And what about the future? Salix Ear poses this question regarding our data-driven world. Do you actually think this fight for survival is going to be any different with your individual data? I find that very interesting.
It's terrifyingly relevant, actually. Our reliance on data, our increasingly interconnected world, it opens up a whole new set of possibilities for conflict, control, and manipulation. Think about the power of social media algorithms, the potential for data breaches and misuse. Are we just trading one form of tribalism for another? Maybe we're replacing physical borders with digital ones. This is definitely worth exploring.
You know what's really amusing, though? Salix Ear's whole shtick is about humanity being long gone and all. Yet, here we are, discussing his rather gloomy predictions about our species' future. We're still around, aren't we?
Oh, we are. Maybe Salix Ear was a bit premature in his pronouncements. Or maybe his definition of long gone is on a different scale. Possibly a multi-generational extinction event or something. Maybe the next few decades are critical.
Perhaps. Or maybe Salix Ear is just being dramatic for effect. You know, to get us to really think. Think about it. Who wouldn't want to discuss a pestic prophet who predicts an impending doom while sipping our morning coffee? It's quite compelling. It's like a twisted bedtime story, only the implications are real and serious. But it would be rather gloomy without the twist, wouldn't it?
You're right. And if we're talking about gloomy, we have to mention Elon Musk. He's always spouting off about the dangers of AI, and he's certainly not shy about expressing his rather dystopian views on humanity's future, which are equally compelling. He's a bit of a conspiracy theorist himself, so this topic of pessimism is quite amusing, isn't it?
Absolutely. He's got that whole AI apocalypse thing going on, which is both terrifying and strangely hilarious. It's like a futuristic horror movie with a dash of dark humor. I mean, the man's building rockets to Mars and also tweeting about the dangers of AI. Talk about a juxtaposition. But what if he's right? What if we really are hurtling towards some sort of technological singularity that'll change everything?
It's a frightening but fascinating prospect. So many what-ifs. What if Salak's ear is right, and the future holds more of the same tribal conflicts, only now amplified by technology?
Or, what if Salak's ear is wrong, and humanity figures out a way to overcome these deep-seated tribal instincts and build a truly peaceful and prosperous future? Maybe we could actually build a utopia. Maybe the real problem was that we simply didn't have enough data, because right now we have a lot of data, and this will give us enough insight to find the solution.
A utopia, huh? That's a thought. But even in utopia, there would still be conflicts. What a lovely thought to end on, don't you agree?
Indeed, a utopia with a little bit of healthy conflict. Now that's something worth striving for. Until next time, folks.